Hi, it's George with Watchman German Shepherds. I thought I would do a little video on delivering a litter of puppies and just some of the signs and some of the things to watch out for during a delivery. And so while I do breed German Shepherds, I suspect that all canines are very similar in many of their behaviors and some of the signs that you want to watch out for. So firstly, I would say when you're expecting a litter, roughly the gestation period is between 58 and 65 days, about 9 weeks. I find it to be typically more 61 days, sometimes 60. But that being said, the thing is that a few days prior to delivery, the moms will start to make really small poops. Like they'll be emptying out their colon, so their little bowel movements become pretty small. That's very typical. They may or may not stop eating. They definitely will eat less, but not necessarily stop altogether. So keep an eye on that. They will nest. They will scratch wherever they are, outside, inside, in the corner. They will be nesting, I call it, prior to delivery and even through delivery, and sometimes after delivery. They'll do that particular behavior. I'm looking over at Noni here, who is in delivery, and so I know a little bit about what I'm saying here. But that being said, those three things before delivery you can pretty much count on. Maybe one more thing I would say, the temperature. If you take the dog's temperature and it is under 98, 97, it's going to deliver the litter within 24 hours, maybe 12 hours. So that's a pretty good indicator there as well. So there's some things there pre-delivery. And then the dog will seem, it will be, not merely seem, it will be overall anxious and start to get kind of unsettled there. I'm just keeping an eye on her because she is building up to have another puppy, and I'll help out there, step in, get my little scissors, which is one of the things, and we can take that just to go right into the next phase, which is the actual delivery. So there's the pre-labor, then the labor, and then the actual delivery. And so you might help the mom by cutting the umbilical cord. Try to keep it maybe a quarter of an inch. If you make it any longer than that, the moms will be sure to nibble it down even more than that. And you don't really want the moms doing too much of that. Could cause a little umbilical hernia. And so try to take care of that. When the puppies come out, sometimes they're in the sack. Sometimes they're not in the sack. Sometimes the umbilical cord's already broken, disconnected. Sometimes it's not. And so depending on that whole situation, if they're all wrapped up with the cord still attached and the placenta is still attached, well, you want to get in there. You want to get that membrane off. You want to cut the cord. Usually the moms will let you do all that. They'll be in there too, getting their muzzle in there to assist and to do their part, and so just kind of feel that out with them. And then once the puppy is all, the cord is cut, the umbilical is cut, and the puppy is breathing good, well, put the puppy near the mom to get some milk and let the mom fuss and clean it up, and some of those other things which are pretty much just going to happen there. So that's something. And let me back up a little bit too. Once they start to deliver the litter, the puppy's going to come out. Well, that's right. The puppy's going to come out, and is the puppy going to come out breeched, or is the puppy going to come out head first? It may make a difference. It may not make a difference. You might have a breech puppy that's doing great. You might have a head first puppy that's having struggles. So it is better in the sense that when they come out head first, that's less stress on the mom and probably the puppy too, but not always. And so I've seen enough puppies delivered where I know that, you know, things that, again, breached, everyone knows, even with people, there's always a concern there about a baby being born breached. Well, same way with a puppy, but it may be breached and 100% fine. So it's just, it's puppy by puppy, and I'm sure it's person by person. And so that's something to watch for, but don't get too overly concerned about it. The other basics, of course, cut the cord, get the puppy out of the sack, and those things. Let the mom, do her part too. So those things are the absolutes, and then the other things are kind of variable there with which way the puppy comes out and all. And so then after the first puppy, say, right, we're going to have the first puppy before the second one. After the first puppy, usually the mom will get settled again, and it could be a half hour, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours before the next puppy. Sometimes 2 hours, they say, as a rule. If nothing happens, then maybe see a vet. I've had it both ways, and I've had it every way, really, as far as the duration between the deliveries. So, again, that's puppy by puppy, mom by mom, and the overall thing is that the puppies come out vigorous, that they're not weaker. Sometimes they come out, they need some oxygen right away, and sometimes they get fluid in their lung that has to be expelled, and those things are all things you have to watch out for. You have to know how to deal with them. They get an exasperator if they got the fluid in the lungs. The best thing, turn them upside down and take the puppy and gently give it a little, help the fluid get out of the lungs. Some of those basic things there. And I am of the opinion that sometimes it might help, sometimes there's nothing you're going to do. You're going to lose a puppy. That happens sometimes. So that's in God's hands, not ours. And so I just would encourage you not to be too discouraged when you lose a puppy. And we all experience that. What do you say we leave off on a good note with this puppy born? Yeah, this puppy was born during the filming of the video. I really hope it's been helpful. The Lord bless you as you trust Him. Have a great day.